bounced a little bit. He's played it beautifully. He keeps running down the hill.
Ranjani was a real surprise package for USA. A bit of a masterstroke by Pubudu Dasanaika, the head coach of USA. Took 6 wickets in those 4 ODIs. He's really forced his way into USA contention due to an exceptional Major League cricket season this year, throughout June and July. So he doesn't bowl much, but he was certainly very effective in the ODI format, particularly that ODI debut, 2 for 32 from 10 overs against Nepal.
Don't think there's going to be many queuing up to bowl tonight. It's a bit chilly here at night. Everyone rugging up here.
Yeah, if you're coming for the double headers, you kind of need a bit of everything, don't you? Because it's so pleasant during the daytime. Short ball. It's okay. Not a tall man, Rossington. He wanted the wider. Feels as though he should have played a shot with third man and fine leg up in the circle. You can look behind yourself for boundary options. Was always going to go. Slower ball picked, and a complete sense of inevitability upon the point of release that it was going to get given the treatment, and a big 6 straight down the ground.
If you closed your eyes at point of contact, you would have known this was going for 6. The sound that this makes off the bat. And the thing about variations of pace, leg cutters and off cutters, you've still got to land the ball in the right area. If you get it up underneath their nose, you're going to pay the price.
Outstanding batting. 6 more. The 50 partnership came up with a maximum. It's now 56 off just 20 these two have put on. They've both got 30. It's 68 for 1.
This new Team India never bows down. Even against the world test champion South Africa, Proteas will come with their crown. But we bring the heat because we are not just a young team, we are a gun team. IDFC First Bank India vs South Africa. Second test starts 22nd November.
This broadcast is brought to you in association with Vimal Elaichi.
Across both innings, we've seen as many as 25 overs, but what we've seen from the batters is 22 sixes. There is so much life left in this game. And under lights, it's the Pokhara Avengers who are lighting up the stage with absolute carnage in the middle. Pure perfect exhibition of power hitting in the middle, mixed with some exceptional timing as Burthel and Rossington are dishing out a flurry of hits in the middle. You'd want to believe the spinners will take the pace off the game. Bashir Ahmed has been drafted in, played a very nice cameo early in the day with the bat, but there's a lot of offer here for the batter on this surface. We had Fazal Khalil earlier in the day in the pitch report suggesting there's plenty of runs, and he nailed it as well. Fazal, 220 for the first inning, 69 for 1 in the first 6.
Yeah, Mikhail, looks a really good batting surface. This is going to get better. You see Rossington there just laying into that one. Moves on to 34. Trifle low, but still managed to get it away for 4.
Yeah, he's just picked lengths very early and very easily today. He had to make a lot of ground going back to create a scoring opportunity. He had to really go down as well. He was seeing it all pan out today. Wow. ball has got some whack. Sandeep Lamichane's 4 overs is going to be very crucial.
That's much better. He slowed it down. Bashir Ahmed just slowing it down a little. That's the way to do it. Committed into it and didn't really come onto the bat.
Still, after getting 220, you could sense that the Biratnagar Kings are not sitting at ease at the moment. They're on their toes.
They don't really need to panic, really. Look at this. The current scoring rate is 12.88. The required rate is 10.33. So they're going pretty well. They need a boundary or a 6 every over. They've got a couple of boundaries this over. So they are in the hunt, but no need to panic for Biratnagar Kings.
Yeah, Sandeep Lamichane will certainly have a thing or two going in his mind right now. How do we stop Rossington? Look how he's moving in the crease and playing around with that crease over there, and the fielders as well. Just sensing the bowler rather, is going to follow him. Much better. 9 runs of this over. It's 77 for 1.
ए लड़की तेरा नाम क्या है पूछने वाले पूछे तो बता तेरी पहचान क्या है तेरा नाम गुजरिया तो उठेगा एक तूफान हिलेगी जमीन मचेगा घमासान.
Ready to roar. Tata Women's Premier League coming soon on Jio Hotstar and Star Sports Network.
Now, it's a full house on a weekday, and that's Nepal cricket for you. They're all coming and supporting their favourite teams and players, and how well has this man batted, coming in at number 3. Usually opens for Nepal cricket, but he got that 1-6 coming right at us in the comp box. He just crashed that ball into the comp box area, and that window is still wearing that look. Power plays out of the way, 77 for 1. Burtel on strike. It's a deep mid-wicket, deep backward square leg. Long on, long off, and a deep backward point here for Shubham. Cut away, fiercely cut. Work to do for the fielder. He'll not be able to cut it off. Burtel begins with a 4 in over number 7. Pressure on Shubham.
Well, it was there, and it got the treatment that it deserved, didn't it? Let's take a look at that. It was short, it was wide, and it got the treatment. The fielder there at point was about 10 yards to the left, and he just had no chance at all. He's really batting well, the skipper Burtel. 291.7 his strike rate.
There again, in the air, in the gap, 4 of 4. Back-to-back boundaries here. As much as Ranjane will complain to the fielder for a catch, but that was flying.
Well, absolutely got stuck into that, did Burtel. Just take a look at that. He gave it everything, including the kitchen sink. There was absolutely no chance. I wonder what the bowler was asking for, but really looking in good nick is the skipper. Very wide of the fielder there. Absolutely drilled that.
Quite a reaction there by Martin Guptill as well. He's not quite happy with that delivery. In fact, the bowler and the fielder, they're getting into a bit of a discussion. Good start, 8 runs in the first 2. Slower back of the hand delivery. Burtel has been an epitome of focus and concentration this evening.
Absolutely, just take a look at this. Right from the outset, he was middling the ball really well. And this to me was really a shot and a half. It did get into the commentary box, but he had that completely under control. Some very deft touches. He knew exactly where the fielders were, used his hands really well, and used what's between those ears very well. He's out there. The current run rate at 13.23. The required run rate 10 runs and over. Very possible now for the Pokhara Avengers. They seem to be completely in it at the moment. But for that to happen, Mikhail, it's very important that Burtail plays that long innings. Like Lokesh Van played.
Yeah, that 6 still fresh in everyone's memory that crashed into the window pane of the comm box.
Well, they're looking at the window pane of the comm box, but just take a look at how he played this, one of the fastest bowlers in the tournament, treated with utter disdain. There it is again, goes short, and take a look at that. Came inside the line of the ball, always looking to hit it up, and a really classic display of the hook shot. Loud appeal, that's going to be close, and it's given. Wicket number 2, the big one of Rossington, back in the hut. In the 7th over, Shubham strikes like a bee.
A nice little innings comes to an end. Shubham just bowled the slow delivery and it was perfect. He nailed it right in front. No hesitation for the umpire to lift his swinger. Ranjan is delighted. Rossington's innings comes to an end. He played a fine hand of 39 in 21 deliveries. Avengers lose their second wicket. It's 88 for 2.
These stalwarts, these pillars.
Get ready. I'm a king, but I pop on my saint. They call me a bad man. That's a fucking good thing. Then and what I do now, a whole lot worse. Heavy is the head. It's a blessing and a curse.
Buckle down for bigger challenges ahead.
Well, a T20 superstar in the middle. Did great service for Janakpur Bowls last season to help them lift the title. He's now with the Pokhara Avengers. Look at that for a strike rate. 196 in NPL Season 1, 247 runs. And it's his contribution in the chases that really came in handy. Can he bring out another batting masterclass this evening in what is turning out to be an absolute contest at the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Stadium? Captain Sandeep Lamichhane. He's a superstar in this part of the world. You can sense a roar when he has the ball in hand. And he's been amongst wickets as well for Nepal.
How well has Burtail played? Well, just let's go down to Jasu's ringside.
I'm joined here by Dan Douthwaite. Dan, it was proving a pretty batter-friendly wicket out there. How did you find it as a bowler?
Tough, yeah. Didn't feel like there was many places to hide, to be honest. Credit to everyone. I think we tried everything in the playbook. We went wide hole, trying to get one side, stuff into the jacket. Came on beautifully. So, yeah, hopefully we can put on a good run chase for you guys.
And it seems as if you've not only got the full support from your teammates, but also from this electric crowd here tonight, as you can tell. We've got to let you go out to bat, so we'll cut this short. Let's get back on the drums.
A golden duck for Nisham, and now the Pokhara Avengers in a spot of bother.
Well, that's a soft dismissal for one of the hardest hitters in T20 cricket. Just hands it back to Lamichhane, who strikes in his very first over. Yeah, just lobbed it back, he knew it. Thank you very much, says Sandeep. What a moment here, and this is the problem. One brings two when you lose wickets. And Jimmy Neesham will have to walk back. Not the greatest of debuts for Pokhara Avengers with the bat for him. And all of a sudden the Avengers on the back foot, 89 for 3.
South Africa यानी भर भर के power hitters हो गया हम भी बढ़ाएंगे अपना batting power with smart man.
अरे फेंको ये बैट स्काई बॉल है ना
Sky ball.
टीम इंडिया का नया स्टाइल fearless बैटिंग फुल हिटिंग
स्काई बॉल चलेगा सबका बैंड बजेगा IDFC First Bank India versus South Africa first T20I 9th December at 6 p.m.
Yeah, trust Sandeep Lamichhane to be amongst wickets because that's what he's done in the last couple of games. across 2 series here for Nepal as well. He's had wickets in every match. And what's good to see is he's attacking as a bowler and captain slip in place.
Well, it's always nice to pick up a wicket in your very first over, and then if it's Jimmy Nisham, it's like a prized wicket. Trithiraj Das, right-handed batsman, a lot to do for him. Rebuilding phase of this innings for the Avengers. Oh, gone! We didn't read that. That was the wrong man. Completely bamboozled Trithiraj. Pokhara Avengers now are in some serious problems.
Superstar Sandeep Lamichhane. It's so nice to see that he's finding his rhythm very early. The wrong one. Just didn't pick it up. Trithiraj Das. He's on a high. He's riding on a sea of confidence. He's accounted for 2 in 1 over. And look at that. That makes for the best fan moment we've seen all through season 2 of NPL so far. Trith goes for a duck. 89 for 4. The Pokhara Avengers falling apart in this chase.
After a tough setback, Team India are ready to roll back into form.
It's India versus South Africa.
Can they stop the fiery Proteas in their tracks? IDFC First Bank India versus South Africa. First ODI, 30th November.
Yeah, he's in the middle of a remarkable spell here. Sandeep Lamichhane, captain, bringing himself on, having a quick chat with the senior pro Guptill. They were there last year as well. Didn't quite get going. Managed only 2 wins in 5 matches, finishing 6th in the points table. This man's another very fine batter. 2 centuries for him in the PM Cup in a single season after Binod Bandari, Kiran Taguna. And he gets off the mark immediately. But the damage has been done.
What an over this is turning out to be for the Biratnagar Kings and this man Sandeep Lamichhane. That was an absolute Jaffa. Foxed Trithiraj. No answer whatsoever. That's the class of the man. He possesses a wide range in his repertoire, and he's unleashed on the Avengers. And again, quicker through the air. Well, end of a very eventful over. 3 runs and 2 wickets off it. The Avengers 91 for 4.
This new Team India never bows down. Even against the world test champion South Africa, Proteas will come with their crown. But we bring the heat because we are not just a young team, we are a gun team. IDFC First Bank India versus South Africa. Second test starts 22nd November.
This broadcast is brought to you in association with Bimal Elaichi.
Yeah, it's getting cold out here. And rather we are in the cooler confines of the Combox. Or should I say warmer confines. That's been put away for a single. Yeah, Bortel needs some company in the middle.
Well, absolutely. I mean, it's warm out here. Nice jackets given to us by the Cricket Association of Nepal.
A lot of goodies here. Was that?
Absolutely. Enjoying every moment of my stint in Kathmandu.
Poor fielding. Oh, it's the captain Sandeep. May have just lost the ball while throwing it. That'll give an extra run. A quick apology. He'll have to move on with the game. He's got 2 wickets for 3 runs in the last over. A bit of excitement. They had to release the ball quickly. Maybe that's why. He's trying hard here. Kushal Bortel. A bit of a misfield. Will come back for the second. A bit of hesitation. This could be close. But a more hard throw would have maybe made life easy.
Really giving him the hard words, isn't he? The skipper telling Kiran to take a move on. Come on, he says. That's his call. Little hesitation, and A little better throw, like you said, perhaps could have had the skipper in trouble. Avenger still 11.18 runs to the over. Very lucky indeed for the skipper. They need that little bit of luck, don't they?
Oh, that's a lovely image. Seeing people from all walks of life, all ages well, young and old. And everyone's enjoying NPL Season 2. Yeah, it's quite a festival, and that's why the name Festival of the Himalayas. And what a lovely country to be in. You've got to be really careful, yeah.
It's getting a little edgy, the skipper at the non-striker's end, trying to egg the striker on. Very tense faces, crossed fingers. Nicely cut, will retain the strike. 9 overs done, 97 for 4.
ए लड़की तेरा नाम क्या है पूछने वाले पूछे तो बता तेरी पहचान क्या है तेरा नाम गुजरिया तो उठेगा एक तूफान हिलेगी जमीन मचेगा घमासान.
Ready to roar. Tata Women's Premier League coming soon on Jio Hotstar and Star Sports Network.
Yeah, the Pokhara Avengers losing 3 wickets in the space of 1 run. That's been the problem for them. Back live. Lamichane is getting that ball to turn and turn big. Good sign if you're Lamichane. Bit of a doubt if you're a batter in the middle. Slip in place. Guptill stationed. That's been cut away. Work to do for the fielder. Deep backward point. Does exceptionally well to cut it off. They'll come back for 2.
Nareen Bhatta, the fielder, but they'll definitely go up there. Just take a look at it now. Yes, there it is. The back leg and the ball. So that'll be a boundary. Very easy decision for the TV umpire. Wonder what the fuss is all about. Seemed pretty an easy decision for me. Yeah, there it is. 4 runs. A little bit of a misfield, a smile from Lamichane. He can afford to smile. They've got 220 odd on the board.
Getting that wrong one to come in sharply. What's really nice and impressive about Sandeep this evening is the kind of line and length he settled into.
That was the first one, very soft dismissal, but an absolute ripper to get rid of Prithviraj. There it is, the elation on the skipper's face, back live. Should be called a wide, yes it is, down the leg side, just trying a little too much is the skipper. Every time he's bowled a little slow in the air, he's got the ball to turn. Perhaps the only bowler who's got the ball to turn the entire day. A little short in length. Needs to go a little fuller. Let him have a go through the offside. Let him go over extra cover. Give him the opportunity and give the ball the opportunity to turn.
Ball the width of the stumps as well. He's removed slip now. A lot of thinking here by Sandeep Lamichane.
Still need 11.70 runs to the over. 6 wickets in hand. The skipper, the fortunes of the Avengers rest solely on his shoulders. Into the over. 10 done. Halfway stage. The Avengers 103 for 4. Will also be that time of the innings where the umpire will politely ask the players to have a drink.
This new Team India never bows down. Even against the world test champion South Africa, Proteas will come with their crown. But we bring the heat because we are not just a young team, we are a gun team. IDFC First Bank India vs South Africa. Second test starts 22nd November.
This broadcast is brought to you in association with Bimal Elaichi.
After a tough setback, Team India are ready to roll back into form.
It's India versus South Africa.
Can they stop the fiery Proteas in their tracks? IGFC First Bank India vs South Africa. First ODI, 30th November.
साउथ अफ्रीका यानी भर भर के पावर हिटर्स हो गया हम भी बढ़ाएंगे अपना बैटिंग पावर विद स्मार्ट बैट
अरे फेंको ये बैट स्काई बॉल है ना
स्काई बॉल
टीम इंडिया का नया स्टाइल फियरलेस बैटिंग फुल हिटिंग
स्काई बॉल चलेगा सबका पैंट बचेगा IGFC First Bank India vs South Africa. First T20I, 9th December at 6 p.m.
These stalwarts, these pillars.
Get ready. I'm a king, but I bop on my saint. They call me a bad man, that's a fucking good thing. Then what I do now, a whole lot worse. Heavy is the head, it's a blessing and a curse.
Buckle down for bigger challenges ahead. These stalwarts, these pillars.
Get ready. I'm a king, but I bop on my saint. They call me a bad man, that's a fucking good thing. Then what I do now, a whole lot worse. Heavy is the head, it's a blessing and a curse.
Buckle down for bigger challenges ahead.
Welcome back to the TU ground. We've got Jess Crow down pitch side for some immediate in-game reaction for this thrilling match.
I'm joined here at the halfway stage by Matt Taylor. Matt, 103 on the board so far. It seems like the boys are putting up a pretty good fight.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've got off to a good start. I think we're pretty much up with the rate. Obviously, still a few wickets in the hutch, so hopefully we can take it deep.
And it's proven a pretty batter-friendly wicket for both innings so far. But how did you find it out there personally?
Yeah, definitely. I think early on, before the dew came down, it was definitely holding a bit. But since then, it's sort of skidded on pretty nicely and proved to be a pretty good pitch.
And let's touch on the atmosphere here tonight then. What's it like coming all the way from the UK to an atmosphere like this?
Yeah, it's my first time over here. It's a beautiful country. The atmosphere at this game's as good as any I've played in, so it's incredible.
Great stuff. And we're still at the very early stages of the comp, but all to play for. What's your approach, personally as a player heading into this comp?
Yeah, just try and be really aggressive early on in the power play, try and get early wickets, and then at the end just trying to be smart with my decisions and try and close it out when I can.
Great stuff. All you can ask for. All the best for you. Well done.
Thanks.
Many thanks, Jess. Yeah, great to hear the thoughts of Matt Taylor all the way from Gloucestershire in the United Kingdom. Big season this for Surya Tamang. Got in, he got his senior national debut last year. Struggled a little bit. I think he was a bit nervous, but he got in due to prolific numbers in the domestic game here. Pumped into the leg side, and Tamang's going to strike. Martin Gupta will never drop that. Good change of bowling from Sandeep Lamachane. And that required run rate just continuing to pile the pressure onto the Avengers.
Thought for a moment he had enough, but he didn't. Wrong fella to pick out in the deep as well. Guptill's never going to drop that. Just for a moment now, the umpires have said, can we just hold 5 and just check the front foot? Get down, swivel. First point of contact. Right, thankfully I'm not making this decision, because there'll be some that will see a little bit of heel behind and others that won't. Right, so there's some that saw a little bit of heel behind win that battle, and Chiranjibi Dhakal goes for 8. It's 103 for 5.
ए लड़की तेरा नाम क्या है पूछने वाले पूछे तो बता तेरी पहचान क्या है तेरा नाम पूछेगा तो उठेगा एक तूफान हिलेगी जमीन मचेगा घमासान.
Ready to roar. Tata Women's Premier League coming soon on Jio Hotstar and Star Sports Network.
Champion bowler. Come on, champion bowler.
Real trouble. It would have been a really nervy moment for Surya Tamang there, because it was, well, touch and go. Just mop that ball up for the bowler every single time it gets hit into the outfield. Bertel just hasn't been able to get the strike. And his teammates not giving him any support at all. Kieran Thaguna disappointed with that dismissal.
Yeah, the problem for Bertel is the momentum's disappeared. You know, when he was in with Rossington, he was in full flow. Rossington would get him on strike. Rossington would find a boundary. Then Bertel would find a boundary. Now he loses the strike, which is not ideal for him. End of the 11th, 106 for 5.
After a tough setback, Team India are ready to roll back into form.
It's India versus South Africa.
Can they stop the fiery Proteas in their tracks? IGFC First Bank India versus South Africa. First ODI, 30th November.
Majestic atmosphere, so special here at this ground. Really enjoying the action. There was a real sense of anticipation growing when Rossington and Bertel were combining. But Sandeep Lamachani, who started last season pretty poorly, to be honest, with the ball, has been at his effective best after a fantastic few weeks with the ball for him. They didn't get the ODI wins that they would have liked in Nepal. In fact, they didn't pick up a single point on that tour of the UAE, but Lamachani was the pick of the bowlers throughout. When you need over 10 runs per over and you're already 5 down, even with Bertel there, it's a very difficult task.
Now, Lenny, you bowled a bit of wrist spin in your time. Just explain to me and our viewers how difficult it is to grip the ball when there is dew around, particularly what happens to the seam.
Yeah, the only time I would have done it would have been in the wet rain of Ireland and England rather than under the dew of the floodlights. I only played a handful of games under the floodlights in the latter stages of my career. It's so difficult. Googly, that one's going to miss the leg stump. Thought he had his international rival. For a finger spinner, you can keep your fingers behind the ball. For a wrist spinner, because it tends to come out of that fourth finger. In the Googly's cases, it's going to go on and just miss the leg stump. Lamachani thought it was out. You can just slip out. You tend to bowl, your miss will be too full, and the ball is wet. You just feel like you've no control. So as a consequence, you tend to just bowl flatter and quicker and skid them on. Lamachani has played all around the world, so he's more than used to it. Key thing is, if you're holding the ball across and down the seam and getting the rotations off your finger, is to keep that seam dry. If you can do that, then you've got a chance of still applying some grip out of the fingers. Even though it's called wrist spin, it's still the fingers. Your wrist is rotating, that's why it's called wrist spin. But it's your fingers that are in a combination, the force of that wrist applying the spin. He's still getting turn out there despite the dew. And we'll see this every evening under the floodlights. The next gen pulsar. It's got power, explosive, fast, unstoppable, and I'm insisting, if the big pulsar team are listening, I need a ride on one of those before the month is out.
My suggestion would be both wheels on the ground, though.
Bertel's got away, excuse me, Lamachani's got away hits, but the momentum is just gone, hasn't it? Frustration, you can just see it. He knows he's missed out. It wasn't a good ball. See there, Lamachani just trying to dry the ball. He's going across the seam. Top spinner out the top. He's just left it alone. Bizarre choice of shots. Not sure he picked it. Top ball. He says he didn't pick it. 12 ball, 110 for 5.
This new team will bounce down, even against the world test champions. But we bring the heat because we are not just a young team, we are a gun team. IDFC First Bank India vs South Africa. Second test starts 22nd November.
This broadcast is brought to you in association with Bimal Elaichi.
$50 for Kushal Bertel. Now, last season it took quite a while for the local players to stand up and be counted. Inside 2 nights we've seen 50s for Asif Sheikh, 50s for Lokesh Bam, and now 50s for Kushal Bertel, potentially the top 3 in that T20 World Cup come February.
Yeah, just a pity he didn't reach that milestone while he was in full flow, because he played quite brilliantly his first 20 deliveries.
You can see there, just completely losing his footing. There was heavy dew, and it's going to be a factor throughout the competition. The other thing you have to remember, it's after 7 o'clock local time now. We started about 15 minutes late with that first game going the distance. Just hasn't any control on the ball there, does he, Surya Tsamang? But somebody's got to chip in and find a partnership with Kushal Bertel to bring this crowd back to life.
Lovely ball, Babu, lovely ball.
Oh, surely not nearly. Who's looked good. Would have been unforgivable.
Yeah, that's when you run yourself out, I'm afraid. Or you just walk off the other end of the ground. But Delanga just direct hit is out. And I think he was trying to bounce it in to Surya, but he was just thrown so hard.
Down the ground and hit all the way. Didn't look the most convincing.